But I went over on Saturday mornings to start working on the body for this little Autopia car for Disneyland. And we were working Saturdays in those days, and we had a spare tire available, and this guy walks up and unshaven, and I remember he had like a Roy Rogers belt on with the little silver painted fake bullets and a funny looking tie, and I thought he was probably a father of one of the night guards because he just sort of oozed into the conversation. Then I noticed the other guys were calling him Walt. And then when everybody walked away, I thought, gosh, that's Walt Disney.
My first meeting with him, or at least from my childhood memories point of view, was going into his office, and his desk was at the other side of the room. And being a little brat or cocky or whatever, I said, Mr. Disney, why is your desk so away from the front door? You know, this is quite a schlep to get over there. And his first words to me that I recall were, that's so that by the time the fat cigar-chewing executives have got over to my desk to ask me what they were going to ask me, they've lost their courage. And we both fell about laughing. And, you know, he taught me a great deal about psychology.
A bunch of us kids were called up to the third floor of the animation building to attend a class or a screening. And suddenly a dark figure approached from the far end of the hall. And it took a while before we realized it was Walt. But when we did, it was like seeing Moses descending from the mount, and we all sort of backed against the wall, you know. I think it kind of amused Walt to see us to see that kind of behavior.
Everybody else was open shirts and first names. It said, even if you bump into Walt, well, hi, Walt. And I'm coming down this hall, and here comes Walt Disney. So I've been briefed, so as he gets closer and as he goes by me, I say, hi, Walt. He went by me like there was nobody in this hall. And I thought, oh, those dirty bums. They set me up, and I walked right into it. Well, some minutes later, I'm coming back down this same hall, and here comes Walt again. So this time, I'm not real smart, but I'm not a stoop. So this time, I walked right straight by him, just looking straight ahead. And just as we went by, he grabbed me by the arm. He says, what's the matter? Aren't we speaking?
And he said, I see you brought your guitar. And I said, yes, sir. I wrote this little song. I'll play it for you. And so I did, and we had a nice visit. And then I said it was nice to meet you. And a few days later, I got word from the studio that they were going to assign me the role of Davy Crockett.
He was only 21 years old, and I was 4 years old. And I remember that I thought he was just terrific. And I think he was probably my first love. But that was childlike, you know, 4 and 17. Gee, what a guy. And he told so many nice stories and was telling me what he wanted me to do. And it was great, great fun. Any 4-year-old child loves to have stories told to them. So that was something that I really remembered so much about him.
I was still a student at UCLA. I was about to be the editor of the Daily Bruin, and Card said, Walt wants to put out a tabloid newspaper to be sold on Main Street. And they interviewed me and hired me for the job. And I went to work a month before Disneyland opened. And 2 weeks after I went to work, I had to present the concept to Walt, which was a little frightening for a 21-year-old who had never worked professionally.
One of the lovely memories I have of Walt is that he never pulled any punches. He treated a child like an adult in the best possible way. He didn't treat me like an idiot.
I don't know what I expected, but he put me completely at ease.
But I got my first lesson in what Walt felt about what people did. He didn't care about what your background was or how old you were, anything like that. He just wanted to know what you could do. And the good news was that he liked what I had come up with as a concept. And I guess that's why I'm still here 45 years later.